Hello everyone, this is me Rohit Sharma, and today I will teach you how to configure a DNS master and a slave server. Slave servers are basically used for making backup of the master servers. You can make the backup of the domains or the zones which you have declared in the master server in a slave name server. So let's start the configuration. I will move to my first virtual machine. In this virtual machine I will configure a master server. So I will move to the configuration file of binding. This is name.conf. Listen, my server will listen on port number 53. I will put the IP of my server and it this is my server IP. Listen, I am commenting this line because I will not use IPv6 for my server. Allow queries. I'm allowing everyone to query my server. Okay, the recursion is yes. Okay, include okay, so quit. I'll move to the RFC file for saving the time. Just copying these lines and making the entry or declaring my zone for my domain. Okay, sorry, suppose I am making the zone for this domain dot test. Okay, it's a master server, type master file. Suppose I am giving the name Rohit update and this thing allowed it. I'm removing this thing. Okay, now it's done. Okay, just come out from this file, and now I'll move to the root directory of this name. I will make a copy of this name.localhost file and make the entries, the records and record entry of for my domain, and that copy file make a name.local host and sorry, this is okay. Wait, okay. Now let's head to example.com. This is the name of my name in the host name of my server. Root dot the mails will be sent to this address. Okay. Okay, the thing. Now the records. I will generate the records. I will make the generate entry. Generate. Okay. 1 to 100 by this name. Okay. What name? Test dollar. Suppose whatever this is the IP range of my domain. Exit. This one is okay. You can see that the ownership and the group ownership are both of root on my generated file. So I will change the group ownership of the Rohit of this Rohit file. CHGRP named. Okay. Now I will restart the service named restart. Okay, it's perfectly started without any errors. On, check config on. Now I will change my DNS server, check that whether it's working properly or not. And this is my server IP. Now take test1 dot rohit dot test. Okay, you can see that it is giving the answer section, means it is working properly. If I query rohit 67 or okay, it's working perfectly. The generate record is working perfectly. It is generating the records. Now our master server is working properly. This is how you can make more zones according to your requirement. It's just a very basic configuration of a master server. Now I will move to my second machine. Here I will configure the slave server of the master server which I've configured. Okay, again I will move to the configuration file. This is the configuration file. Again I am commenting the IPv6 line. Here I am giving the IP of my slave server. Local move sense any can query my server except name.rfc zones. Okay, I will copy these lines by paste. Okay, I am making a zone for this domain with .test, and it's a slave server, so the type will be slave. The file which will be generated, or the name, what happened when we restart our server, our slave server will download a copy of the actual file for the which we have created for the database records, and give the name of that file which we enter here. Like suppose I'm giving name Gmail. I'm deleting this. Okay, now I will declare which is my master server. Masters. Okay, this is my master server. Commenting this. Oh, sorry. Now I will restart the service named restart. Okay, it's perfectly restarted. Check config on. When okay, firstly I will change my DNS server. Okay, change dig test 1 test. We will say at this time the server will not give me the answer section. I will tell you why. You can check the log messages. I will again restart the service. Okay, we have restarted. Move to the where log messages file. You can see that it's giving an error. Zone transfer started. Transfer of rohit.test/n from this is the master server, connecting using this, and this is the port server port address from which it is connecting. Dumping master files, permission denied. The reason why it is happening is this: the working directory is not writable. You can find this kind of error in Red Hat. Basically, I think this doesn't occur. This kind of error doesn't occur in Ubuntu or Debian. I am just guessing. I don't know exactly because I have not configured it in that operating systems. Here what is happening, SLNX is not allowing named service to write the root directory or the where name directory. So for that I have to pass a boolean. First I will search for it, get as a bool -a grep name. This is the boolean. You have to enable this boolean for doing this. So enabling this set as a bool named _ write master zones on. Okay, now it's started. Now I will again restart the service. Now I will check. Okay, it's again giving the same error. Okay, now we'll see that what is the problem. Where named. Okay, the group. Oh, you can see the ownership of where name on where name directory is of roots, and all the permissions on this directory. The owner, basically owner have all the permissions. The group doesn't have all the permission, it only have the write and execute permission, and the group ownership is named have the group ownership of this directory. So we have to change the ownership to name of this directory. So run the so I will run the command chown capital R named name slash where named. Okay, now I'll restart. Okay, it's now successfully downloaded, or the transaction has become successful. Transaction. Okay, now I'll check. Okay, now it's giving the answer section. Okay, now we will see that whether the file, the name which we have given on the zone of the file has been generated or not. Okay, Gmail. Oh, it's generated. Now this is how you can configure a master server and a slave server for it. You can see that it is working as a backup server of it. It have downloaded the database file of from the master server, and now it's acting as it's also acting as an master server, because it have downloaded the file. Now it is giving the replies of the queries which is coming to that into to this slave server. So whenever your master servers breaks down, then you can use this server. So this is how all of the configuration is done for setting up a master and a slave server. I will again show you the configuration file, that what I have done. I'll just change the name of allow query part to any. Anyone can query whether it is in my domain or it's outside, or the query is coming from outside my domain. My master server will listen on this IP and port number 53. Okay, I have done the entry of my zone, the domain of my domain, or declared my zone in the RFC file. This is the zone entry. Zone, this is my domain rohit.test. Type, it's a master server, so I've declared the type to master. The file in which the records are of the domain to which the query is done should be entered in this file. Okay, now I will move to my slave server. So what entries are done in the name.conf file. Same entries which I've done in my master should be done. You can see the IP of my slave server, port number, and all the things. Now I'll move to the RFC file. RFC, this you can see zone rohit.test. Type, it's a slave server, so the type is slave. File, the name, which what will happen, it will download the record file and put that file in the var name directory by this name. Okay, it will, the master server of this zone is this. Okay, so this is the whole configuration. All the very best to all. Configure it, it's easy. If you have any query related to this video, then you can mail me at rohitsharma12091993@gmail.com. Thank you.